Today we're going to do something called linear regression, and this actually makes your life so much easier because all the stuff that we've been doing with like finding equations and like finding slope and all this stuff by hand, you can do it in the calculator. And it's called linear regression. So make sure you have this title on your paper. And then here are the steps, and it's a lot of them, so I want you to hit pause right now and then copy down exactly as it looks, and then we'll go through them together. Okay? So pause, copy them down. If you're listening now, I'm assuming that you've already written them down, and so we're going to move on. So we'll come back to this slide in a second. I want you to go ahead and write this down. Okay? What is the equation of the table? And then copy down those numbers. Now, before, you would have to pick 2 points, solve for the slope using slope formula, plug them into y equals mx b to solve for b, and then write the equation. It's a lot. Okay? But now, it's going to be much easier. So pause if you need to write that table down. If not, if it's already written down, follow me real quick. So the first step is to clear the memory. So second plus 712 to make sure we just have a brand new stuff going on here. Okay? Memory cleared. Fantastic. You hit stat. Stat, so go to alpha is the green button on your calculator. Stat is over here 2 to the right. So that's stat. And then see how it says edit here? And the next button says edit. So you can either press 1 or you can press enter. It doesn't matter. And you should see this. Okay? Now real quickly, it should say L1, L2, L3. Now, if your calculator does not say that, let's say it says L1, L3, only if your calculator says that, what I want you to do is go back to stat and then hit 5, setup editor, and then hit enter because it'll fix it for you. But if it says L1, L2, L3, then you're fine. Okay? So it says X's in L1, Y's in L2. What I mean by that is in our table, the X's are over here. So in L1, I want you to type in those X's. So you hit -1 and then hit enter. Then hit 3 and hit enter. And then hit 7 and hit enter. So just make sure those 3 values are those 3 values. And then go hit this right arrow button right here. Go right to L2. So make sure you have to hit right. And then do -16. Make sure you're hitting enter or down. You can also hit down. So if you hit down, it'll do it as well. 8 and 32. Make sure you hit enter. So my table looks just like their table. That's what it means by X's in L1 and L2. And then it says hit stat again. So you go back to this stat button. And then over to calc. So here at the top it says edit, but in the middle it says calc. So you hit the right arrow button and go to calc. And that's where it says for linreg. So you can either scroll down to 4 where it says linreg, that stands for linear regression, and hit enter, or you can just hit 4. Either way works. Now here's where some calculators are different. Most of your calculators will look like this, and you'll have to go down to calculate. However, some of your calculators will say linreg, and then you just hit enter. So for example, if your calculator looks like this, go down to calculate and hit enter. If it doesn't look like this, then just hit enter immediately. Okay? And you hit enter here. And it gives you this. Y equals ax plus b. It's the same thing as y equals mx plus b. And then the slope is 6, and the y-intercept is -10. So, I don't have a text box, but I'll throw one in here real quick. Your equation is y equals 6x, and then -10. So the calculator did all the work for us. We didn't have to do anything. The slope is 6, but y-intercept is -10. There you go. Okay? So, go to the next problem, and let's show you how you do it with points. So you can either clear the memory again on your calculator, and it'll reset everything, or go back to stat, you hit enter for edit. So if you cleared the memory, you're not going to see these numbers here. But if you don't clear the memory, here's how you get rid of them. You go up to where it says L2, you hit clear, do not hit delete, you hit clear, and then you go down, and it'll be gone. Okay? Then you go left and up to L1, you hit clear, and you hit down, and then they'll be gone as well. So you can either clear the memory or do it that way. Real quickly, if you hit delete, that says L2, right? Don't do this, but if you hit delete, you'll see that now it says L1, L3, L4, and L2 is gone. And you don't want to do that. If for some reason you end up doing that, go back to stat, hit 5 for the setup editor, and hit enter. And then you'll see that it's back to normal. Okay? So, here's a point right here. xy, and here's another xy. So I'm just going to type it in just as it looks. So it says -2 over here, and then it's 4 over on the other side. Okay? And then I go back. Over here is 3. Then I go down, and then it's 6.5. Okay? All that's good. So then I'm going to go back to stat. Look at your notes for the steps. Stat. I go over to calc. I press 4 for linreg. I go all the way down to calculate. You should be following along with your calculator. And I hit enter. And then it says this. So y equals, I'll put it down here so you can see it. Y equals, my slope is 0.5, so you can do 0.5. That's also 1/2, so you can do either one, x. And since it's a +5, do +5. Alright? That's only 2 examples. I need you to see the other ones because they're graphs, so make sure you go and watch the other video.